And Tuberville's win marking the only GOP flip of a Democratic-held Senate seat in the general election. He'll take office in January, but his role will largely depend on which presidential candidate wins the White House. Fox 10 News investigative reporter Brendan Kirby joining us now live with a preview of what the former coach could face in Washington. Hey, Brendan.
Hey Shelby, Tommy Tuberville ran for office promising to help President Donald Trump drain the swamp. But his election might be more consequential if the president loses his race. Tuberville looks to be the lone Republican to flip a Democratic-held seat, and that one seat could save the GOP majority in the Senate, depending on how the vote counting goes in states that are still undecided. University of South Alabama professor Thomas Shaw, director of the USA Polling Group, says that could be the most important obstacle to a Joe Biden presidency.
So yeah, clearly it's very important in that regard. And that obviously has, major implications. Obviously we're still in the midst of counting ballots for the presidential election. But, for instance, if Biden is the one elected, having to go up against a Republican Senate is obviously going to make his job a lot harder.
As for Tuberville, the former Auburn University football coach is something of a blank slate. He has no background in politics, and he offered few specifics on the campaign trail, avoiding interviews with reporters and debates with Democratic opponent Doug Jones. To use a football analogy, Tuberville had a big lead and ran out the clock. Before the polls closed yesterday, however, Tuberville told reporters he has a good relationship with the media. He alluded to a popular radio sports talk show host.
No, I've got all kinds of friends in the press. Paul Feinbaum loves me.
Tuberville defended his campaign strategy.
People said, Coach, you didn't answer a lot of questions in the campaign. My whole deal in this campaign was to go to the people and not to try to win it on TV. It was go and just look at me. Because, again, I'm not a politician. I'm an outsider, somebody that wants to go help. But to get your message over, you couldn't do it by telling somebody on television. You got to go out there and shake hands and tell people exactly what you're doing.
There are still undecided Senate races in Georgia and North Carolina. As for Tuberville, he joked yesterday his first order of business, finding a place to live in Washington. Reporting live, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.